December 21st at Cage Rage 5. You are fighting Ammar from Maldives. Listen to this. He has said this. Quote unquote, all that he did was land a head kick to a guy that had his hands down. Apparently, your performance didn't impress him at all. He also said, I'm flying down to Sri Lanka to take Jordan's head with me.
Listen, mate, when I tell you these specific words, right, I want you to listen very carefully. When you step into this country, you're stepping into a lion's den, my friend. Okay, you're stepping into my country. You would be stupid if you think you could come to my country and take my head with you. On the 21st of December, right, since you said this specific thing, right, I'm gonna take your head. Now, when I say I'm gonna take your head, your body is gonna be in the canvas, your head is gonna be right off the canvas, right? So don't ever come to my country and try to disrespect me in a very bad manner. I'm gonna send you back to Maldives from where you came from. I'm gonna send you back there with a loss. I'm gonna show you that you wasted your time paying for a ticket, flying all the way from your country to my country and getting your ass whooped and going back to Maldives. That right back, my friend, you're gonna think about every decision you made in your life. And I'm gonna make sure that you think about it you're gonna be crying on the way back home. And I will promise you that, my friend. I was trying to be humble with you, right? Now, because of people like you, I can't lock that person I used to be. So, because of people like you, I'm gonna have to be that villain you all keep saying that it's not good and all that. Because of people like you, I can't be humble.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with the one, the only, the bad guy.
Nice to meet y'all, guys. Bad guy over here. Same about to ask me some questions, and I'm gonna answer it very wise.
Bro, the bad guy. I never thought when I made that thumbnail that that name would stick. I just looked at the room and I thought, okay, everybody's booing you. Why not put simple? Just keep it simple. The bad guy.
I mean,
And you took that name and you ran with it.
yeah, I mean, like, think about it, right? Everybody saw me as a bad guy. Everybody, kept calling me the bad guy. If you think about it, say it, I'm genuinely the bad guy. That's what the community sees me as, right? And you saw that, and you like, put that out there. So, I was like, I'm gonna snatch that name, right? So instead of me creating a name for myself, it's a name that not only you gave me, but a community gave me the name, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick to that name, bro. I'm actually good. Just letting y'all know, I'm genuinely a good guy. All right, I'm genuinely a good guy. But when it comes to certain things, I can be a very bad guy. So we'll just leave it there.
Where did that fight take? Because I saw a video of you. It was a story. It was on Instagram. I saw you and Hatim at I think at Keels or something. There was a
Skills?
yeah, before the fight. Did you see that?
The
You remember? There was an encounter between the two of you.
Oh yeah, this is at the gym. Yeah.
Yeah, and then people started saying, "Yo, these guys don't really hate each other. It's just a show." Could you just set the record straight and let people know what that?
Listen, yeah, people like y'all might be thinking like there's all marketing and stuff, but me and Hatim, right? I don't like the guy, to be honest. Me and him, we had a lot of hatred towards each other. Um, for me now, like I don't hate the guy. He's a good guy. I don't mind. But if you think about it, me and him, this thing was never scripted, right? It was like me and him always had this backlash, right? I hated him, he hated me. So this kind of like build a big fire in me towards the match, right? Like my main goal was saying it, if you know me really well, saying it like I'm a guy when I'm in the ring, I'm not me, right? I change who I am as a.
You become a totally different person.
I just become a totally different person, and sometimes I lose myself in that ring, right? And I try my best not to. Once I lose myself in that ring, Senator, it's dangerous. It's really dangerous. You get what I'm saying? But the main thing is, me and him, we had a lot of hate towards each other.
Did you know? Did you guys know each other before that fight?
No, I did not know him. I did not know that this boy existed
Okay.
in my world.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I've been covering mixed martial arts for now 5 years. I have never seen an atmosphere for a mixed martial arts fight. The one that I saw when you fought Hatim, the energy in the room I have never seen in mixed martial arts. Yes, you have this energy when I saw that energy. You can see it when Malinda and Dilshan fought way back in the day. There was a lot of tension between Kurunagala and Colombo, but it wasn't cage rage. There was no like. There's not a lot of people in the audience, and man, that was a special night. Whatever said and done. I just want to ask you, like, soon as the fight was over, you took the Shrek mask and you started taunting him. Did that just happen in the moment, bro?
Say the that exactly happened in the moment. I see now these things, right? I planned ahead of me. I knew I was gonna win, right? I already saw the vision, say it. Okay, and a lot of people say that I'm not very sporty. I don't have sportsmanship. But truly say it, when I'm in the ring, say it, you're not my friend, right? And even after the fight, if if I consider being humble, I can be humble. But against him, me and this man, me and this boy, we hated each other. We hated each other to the guts, right? You get what I'm saying? So for me, Savita, I could have paid my respect, but I did. I went there, I gave him my hand.
That was very slick, man. You gave him your hand and he said, I fucked you up, bitch. And his face immediately changed. You can see it in the close up.
Exactly. And again, Savita, I'm gonna remind you all too, right? When I'm fighting, I don't like my opponent is not my friend. Like you are not my friend, bro. You are someone that I'm ordered to destroy in order for me to achieve something great. You understand? So that whole Shrek thing, everything was all planned by me, and I wanted to do it. It was not a lot of people said like I was lost in the moment. I was lost in the moment, man.
You knew like everything because a lot of people, if you looked at that video, I went up to him and I said something you must have not heard, but what I told him was, please don't swear. And he was very conscious and he was like, yeah, I'm not going to swear. I'm not going to. He was not even looking at me, but you understood. You were in that moment. You were living that moment, and you can. It wasn't like, oh my god, the fame or the audience got to me. Nothing like that. You understood that moment, but man, it was something else. When they told you that you will be fighting Haitim again, I was a bit disappointed because that was, if you can say, it's like a 50-45. Like, I think, okay, in the first round, Haitim took you down, but immediately the position was reversed and you got back up and dominant performance. So when Dhiren announced that you guys were fighting again, I was kind of disappointed. I was like, we can. This is a rematch we can have down the line. Why not now? What was your reaction to it?
Well, my reaction, similar. I would, I loved it. I would have loved to absolutely destroy this guy again. Like I would have loved it. I didn't had any problem with the same thing. You put me against Goliath, I'll fight it. You get what I'm saying? I'll fight anyone, anytime, anyhow, right? So the thing is with this whole thing, my whole idea was, I'm gonna win this fight. Hatim, you go, you win your fight. If you win your fight, I'll consider giving you a rematch. If you don't, you're gonna stay down there with the rest of the guppies, and you can do your thing, buddy. But yeah, man, like I don't think the kid deserves it, right? Probably earn your way up, you know, and might get it, bro. Like
Yeah, on that night, people loved Hatim. Like people, he was the good guy.
exactly, he was a good guy, right? Okay, sometimes Sherita, I'm gonna be very clear when I say this, right? Sometimes in this sport, you could be a hero that would kill his family and feed a whole village, or you could be a villain who would kill everybody and feed its family. I am the villain, and you know what? I'm glad to be the villain. Sometimes in a story, a villain has to win sometimes. Not sometimes, maybe all the time the villain wins, right? But I am the bigger sheriff.
You chat GPT these lines, Chris. Just what the
I clearly don't, bro. I don't, This is like all from the bottom of my heart, man. Like, I'm gonna put this out. I've been waiting for a very long time to tell you all this. You can take the sport in two different ways. I take it in a different way. Other people take it in a different way, right? So when I say I'm a villain, same it, I'm a villain. I don't back down from nothing.
And obviously, a lot of people would want you to lose, like kind of hoping for you to lose.
I love that. You know that I use that as fuel to fill my gas tank, right? I use that as it plays a big part in me. I love the hate. When people hate me, I love it. You don't understand. I want you to do it more. I want you to keep throwing shade at my name 10 times more. I want you to keep doing that for the rest of my life. Because y'all don't understand what kind of a man, a beast y'all are making. You understand? The more y'all hate, the more y'all's opponents, the people who you cheer for, are gonna get destroyed. So y'all can keep hating, that's not a problem. You know?
Okay, when you were fighting Hatim, your family was there supporting, which I would say not a lot of fighters get the family support, because you'd find parents would be like, wow, you don't fight, do any other sport, don't do this.
Yeah.
You have your family support. That I saw that on that day.
Yeah.
How great is that, bro? Like, not a lot of people have that.
I will say, see, okay. Well, my family, right? My family's motto, our whole background, saying it, we are very different we are very different than others. You get what I'm saying? My mom, she loves it when I fight, right? Like, especially in the ring, when I do it the right way, right? I used to get into a lot of fights in it, and my mom saw it, right?
At school.
Yeah, in school, man, I used to, like, whoop.
You're Tomian, right?
Nope, I'm Peter, right?
Peter, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Peters, right?
In St. Peter's, you got into a lot of fights.
In St. Peter's, I got into a lot of fights. I used to mold kids. Like, I used to mold people high my, age, all that. And my mother, right? My mother saw.
Were you like, were you into studies at all?
Say to the, I'm telling you, bro.
I mean, this is
A book to school, my guy. I was, I had, like, I had the weird shit in my bag, right? I used to have like a freaking big pole, bro. Like, I'd carry these little weapons, bro. Like, I, I I was a very deep kid in school.
no fucking way.
Yeah, so I'd go, like, I'd like going to school for me was like a whole mission, right? It's like me going on a up block to start hammering the shit out of these guys, right? It was like a whole mission for me. It was never about study. It was about, I was matter of fact, I was getting paid to beat up kids in school, right? So
You're shitting me.
nah, I was paid to, beat up kids in school. So it was like more of a,
By other kids.
yeah, by other kids, like, this, rich kids, like, they're like pay me amount to, like, go beat this guy, I beat that guy. I do it, bro. Like, I do it for the channel, right? But my mom saw that, and she was like, "You're doing it this the wrong way. Why don't you go do this the right way?" Like, my mom, she loves boxing. My dad, he was in the STF. Like, all this, like, it kind of connects, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
my mom, my whole family, they love to see that I have found purpose in life, right? So they will support me, Senata, in whatever great thing I do that will help me in a lifetime. You get what I'm saying? So they'll always be besides me, bro. They'll always stay besides me. They'll go to the extent if they had to give their life away for me, they'll give it away. And I'll do the same for my family. You get what I'm saying? We have a really strong bond, Senata. Not a lot of people, not a lot of families out there do. They don't have this strong type of bond, but me and my family, like, we're solid as rock. We are very unbreakable. We are vicious people. So if you know my family, if you've ever met them, bro, they're vicious. You think I'm vicious? You should. They're vicious people, bro.
It reminds me of Joshua Wen, who's fighting Alexander Pantoja right now. Like, he used to get into fights early, like when he was a teen, and then his mother came up to him and said, "Yo, you think you're a man for fighting in the streets? A real man represents his country," and that's exactly what you're doing. Come December 21st at Cage Rage 5, you are fighting Ammar from Maldives.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump topic so soon, but
Yeah.
he listen to this. He has said this, quote unquote, all that kid did was land a head kick from to a guy that had his hands down, and apparently it didn't impress your performance. Didn't impress him at all. That's all he said. He also said, "I'm flying down to Sri Lanka to take Jordan's head with me." Jesus, what do you have to say about that, bro?
Listen, mate. When I tell you these specific words, right? I want you to listen very carefully. When you step into this country, when you step into this island, you're stepping into a lion's den, my friend. Okay, you're stepping into my country. Okay, you would be stupid if you think you could come to my country and take my head with you. My guy, again, listen very carefully when I'm telling you this, right? If you ever try to say some shit like that again, you will find out eventually, my friend. On the 21st of December, right? Since you said this specific thing, right? On the 21st of December, I'm going to take your head. Now, when I say I'm going to take your head, your body is going to be in the canvas. Your head is going to be right off the canvas, right? So don't ever come to my country and try to disrespect me in a very bad manner. Okay? I hope you understand that, my friend. And I'm going to send you back to Maldives from where you came from. I'm going to send you back there with a loss. I'm going to show you that you wasted your time paying for a ticket, flying all the way from your country to my country and getting your ass whooped and going back to Maldives, right? That ride back, my friend, you're going to think about every decision you made in your life. And I'm going to make sure that you think about it on, you're going to be crying on the way back home. And I will promise you that, my friend. I was trying to be humble with you, right? Now, because of people like you, I can't lock that person I used to be. So because of people like you, I'm looks like I'm gonna have to be that villain you all keep saying that it's not good and all that. Because of people like you, I can't be humble. Okay? So there you go. That's your answer, my friend.
Bro, okay, that was crazy. When you are going to represent Sri Lanka, right, come December 21st, do you think all the Sri Lankans in the arena will support you?
Listen, Senator, this is another thing, right? I don't look a lot forward to noise. You know, I don't care if people hate me. If people, if people support me, that would be great. I'm fighting for my country. I'm fighting to put my country on top of them, on top of all the other countries, right? I'm fighting for my country to be a better place in this sport, right? Because I look forward to that, right? And I really don't care if people hate me, like, boo me. Y'all can keep doing what y'all do. Either ways, when I'm in that ring, Senator, I'm zen. All the noise around me just mutes. So even if you're supporting me, if you're shouting, you're booing me, I don't hear any of that. My mind is dedicated to one thing, and that is to take my opponent to a different realm, and I'll keep him there, and I'll come back to reality. That's just how I roll, Senator.
Jordy, when I look at you fight, I can see a guy who is really good at striking, MMA wise, and a guy who doesn't like to take the fight to the ground. But if the fight goes to the ground, you're good at reversing positions if you're in bottom positions. That's what the learning that I took. Right? I haven't seen you in tough positions, almost getting caught in a submission or anything like that. Talk to me about the training that you've done for this. I don't want you to reveal too much, obviously. I know you're training with Coach Rima at Grapple. Well, how's the preparation going for this fight?
Preparation is going absolutely well. It's going great, Senator, and I'm well prepared for this. My mindset is prepared. I am prepared. My spirit is willing, and I am ready to go for battle anytime whatsoever. So I am more than happy, and I'm more than glad that my fight is going to happen very soon. And I'm telling you, I've been preparing for this fight really well. And I'll say he is a kind of a grappler, right?
Yeah.
If you want to go grapple, we can go grapple, but if you want to stand and bang, we can stand and bang, buddy. The thing about me is I'm good in both ways. I can be a lion and I can be a snake in the flow. So you need to understand that I can be a dragon and I can be a snake in the flow. I'm I'm very different, bro. I'm not like these people you train with at regime. I'm an absolute different animal. I will swallow you like a python, my friend. Okay, I will hunt you like a lion, my friend. Okay, I just make sure that's known. But I'm prepared, Sinika. I've given all I've got. Every single bit of me is dedicated into the sport. So I'm well prepared. I am Zen.
Bro, I've in Sri Lanka I've rarely seen fighters who put all the chips in. Yo, this is what I got. Like I've seen guys, some young guys, but you're definitely one of them. How are you different from, like, in terms of promotion, in terms of talking, in terms of selling a fight? Why are you different to most of the other guys out there?
I am different because God has built me in a different way from others. See, with the, uh, I am a soldier of God. Okay. I am chosen in a way that no one understands. Now, ha, this is where things get interesting, right? I am just built very different to others, Senek. I am an absolute, I'm an absolute killer. I can do great things. I can help in many ways.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a villain doesn't mean that I'm a very bad person towards humanity. This is what you'll get wrong, right? Just because I'm rude to my opponent, just because I'm like this towards my opponent, I'm not like this towards anyone else. I'm the most nicest guy that you'll ever meet when it comes to this out when it comes out of the arena. Right? This is what a lot of people saying that they always tend to forget.
Hmm. Did you say something that people, that's the most common misconception people have about you?
Yeah, they always like, get these two tangled, right?
Hmm.
In the arena, in the ring, I'm a very different person. Okay, in the videos, I'm a different person. But this is not a self that I carry towards other people, right? And your question was saying for the exact question. My answer to it is I'm built different. God has made me in a very different way. And He has goals for me and I have goals for myself and I will accomplish all of it, right? And against him, I'm very different to others. Like I told you, me and my family, we are not normal humans. Like, we are very different. Same. If your thing is you don't know me really good. Like you don't know my story. You don't know where I come from. So you can like that's why like I don't care saying it about what other people say to me because they don't know me. They don't know where I come from. I They don't understand. I come from the slums, bro. I come from nothing. I came from nothing to something, and I'm gonna come to everything, right? So I'm just made different towards others. Like everybody else, they have their own thing. I respect that, man. You all have your own thing. That's good.
Mm.
But I'm just different. I'm made in a very magnificent way.
Or, bro, I mean, we all know the clubs in Sri Lanka. You used to once train at Natural Grappling.
Yeah.
And before that, someone at Teba told me that you came to Teba and you trained one there as well, one day or something. And a lot of Teba guys are commenting on that video too, man. All right, so let's about after that fight, we saw you, Brian cornering you for that Hatim fight.
By the way, big shout out Brian. That's my brother right there. I love that guy.
Brian Dehan Sholton, he fought at Combat by Jess recently, got a spectacular win. After that, you went to Glory, and after that, you are you went to train at with Srimal.
Yeah, correct.
One could look at this thing and be like, yo, he can't be a part of a team. What's going on with him? What do you have to say about that?
I'm clearly trying to find a place where I fit in.
Okay.
Right. Um, if I go to a place, now I go to most of these places.
Mm.
Few of the good places that I've gone to was Glory. Dan is a very Coach Dan. He's a very nice guy, very good guy, right?
Legit MMA fighter.
Yeah. Okay, I trained there. Uh, but I didn't fit in there very. It wasn't the environment I was looking for.
Okay. Okay.
I'm in the place where I can train in peace, where I can stay solid, focused on what I do, and I need it's like when I'm in training center, it's like I'm in the ring, right? When I go for training, I'm just a total different person. You understand?
Mm.
So I'm trying to find a place where I like properly fit in. And no offense, I'm leaving glory out of this. Most of this glory and my club, right? Most of these clubs, right? They have a lot of problems, Sedative. They have a lot of things going on in their own personal, in their own clubs. And I can't train in a place where there is problems and jealousy and envy, right?
Okay.
I need to be training in a team where that will support me to my fullest and be there with me throughout the whole thing. But most of these clubs, very people in there, very jealous, like they don't want to see you do good. It's always like completely like I'm better than you, you are better than you can't get me, my guy. Like always something like that, right? I know I get the competition
This is
fast.
the first time a fighter's ever told this to me.
But
Go ahead.
yeah, bro, like it's like there's so much of jealousy going around, and that I don't like it. Me, if I'm having a team, bro, I want to see y'all do good, and I want y'all to make me do good. I'ma help y'all, and I want y'all to help me, right?
Mm,
You get what I'm saying? There's no like there's no jealousy.
mm.
I don't want that. I don't need that. You know, I
So
think when I say team, team is a form of family, right? A team is a form of family, and in a team, there's always a main thing called loyalty, right? All you can have as a man is your boss and your word. You can't break the shit down for nobody. You understand? I look a lot forward to loyalty, and most of these clubs I've been to didn't have that loyalty, right? And Natural MMA, like you were saying, such a good team,
mm,
such a great team. Coach Kaz, good person. I pay, me and him, we went through certain things, but uh, I paid him my respect.
mm,
We shook down on him,
mm.
and that's all good, right?
Mm.
But yeah, that's I'm gonna leave that whole thing aside, right? Because there's Kaz's club, the coach Kaz's club, and I have nothing to say to that, right? Because I respect that man.
Mm.
He helped me, and yeah, and like you were saying, Brian was cornering me. Brian is such a good corner man, bro. The best corner man.
What did he say after the second round?
Right? This is what I love about Brian, right? So when I broke my hand on the third round, right? I broke my hand on the third round.
You broke your hand in the third round. Yes, that's true.
I did break my hand on the third round because I threw a overhand and that was a completely wrong technique. So all the power went into one knuckle over here.
Okay.
So that just snapped the bone like that. Right?
Okay.
I went, round in like sorry, not third round, second round. My bad, second round.
Second round. Okay.
When I went sat down, Brian looked at me. I told Brian, bro, I think my hand's broken. He was like, "Atakerla? Karisaringa, Karisaringa, go." That's not like I was like, bro, like I
Remember that moment when John St. Pierre was telling his coach, I pulled my groin. I don't care. Hit him with your groin.
let it know.
You get my.
I got, bro. Like I went over the roof, right? I waited there, bro. I hit him with the same broken hand. For shit sake, I felt them. I felt shit buried, bro. But yeah, man, Byron was a really good corner, man. But yeah, bro, like
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay.
yeah,
Jody, now if I am to look, okay, I've interviewed fighters, plenty of fighters with, records of like 45 boxing fights, more than that. And all these guys, well, if you're a serious fighter in Sri Lanka, what you're trying to do is represent Sri Lanka in the international arena.
right.
Do well in the local scene, and then hopefully get recognized enough
Yep.
to get head like plucked out and put to an international promotion, a regional promotion. There's plenty of promotions now. Anthony Pettis' promotion just started in India.
Yeah.
They have Matrix Fight Night in India, and in Thailand you have the Thailand Fighting Championship. You got one championship in that side of the world, and of course you got the UFC, which is the hardest promotion to get to.
Yeah. And
What
see that word you just said, right? The hardest promotion to get to.
it's nearly impossible. Maybe in my lifetime we won't see an MMA fighter. I hope that's not the case. But
You know,
what's your plan, Jody?
I like it. I like it that you said it's impossible, right? I am going to make this possible. I am going to go to the UFC. I'm going to represent my country. I'm going to be the first Sri Lankan fighter to ever go there and do what I do best, right? So this is why I said, Senator, that I'm going to take my country into another level of the sport, right? My vision, same thing, it scares me. I dream big. My dreams scare me a lot, bro. Like, my main goal, I have a couple of goals.
Yeah.
Right, Senator? First, my first goal in this country, in this wonderful, beautiful island, I'm gonna be the greatest fighter that y'all ever see. I'm mark my words. Mark my words. I'm gonna be the greatest fighter to ever exist in this country. And from there onwards, once I do that, I'm gonna be the greatest bantamweight fighter outside the country, representing my country. Right? When I say I'm gonna be the greatest of all time, I'm gonna be the greatest of all time. I'm gonna be, your kids are gonna remember me. I want I want that level of success thing. You understand? And I'm gonna get to that level um within time. I'm gonna get to that level. And that's a goal.
Okay, I understand. Okay, like, I mean, practically, if you think about it, Joshua Van has about like 17 MMA fights before he fought in the UFC.
Yeah.
Ilya Topuria has like between 10 to 20 MMA fights. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying it's possible.
Yeah.
And I,
But it's hard. I
it's
give a respect.
yeah,
It's hard, right?
it's
But
really
I like it. I like see
it's damn near impossible.
exactly, and that is what exactly you need, Senator. You need that. You need to go through that tough challenges. If you want to get to a certain level, Senator, okay, you're not gonna find things the easy way. You're not gonna get anything towards your plate, right? Now, see, if you ask God to, like, that you want to win a marathon, He's not gonna give you a medal. He's gonna give you a pair of shoes. You get what I'm saying? You understand, Senator? So
Holy
what you're
shit.
saying is right. It's hard. That's a whole part of it. That's a journey. I mean, if it's like, if you think now, me as a fighter, I have this. I'm very delusional. I have this specific mindset that if something is hard, I'll just fight it easy. I made my mindset into a certain level where when I see something hard, even though it's hard, it's gonna be easy for me. Like, that's just how I look at it. And with that mindset, you can go to very, very big places. And another thing for you youngsters, right? Like, my age, younger than me, not a lot of coaches are gonna tell you all this. Okay, coaches won't tell you all this in Lanka, right? But if you all ever think, like, the newbies, if you all ever think of joining the sport, and like competitive, right? I'm talking about competitive. If you are ever thinking of joining the sport competitive, and if you are thinking to, like, compete in the big leagues and all that, it's not about your one tools, it's not about your technique. Your first main thing that you need to work on is your mindset. If you don't have that mindset, don't come to the sport. If you're gonna keep doubting yourself, don't do the sport, right? Fix your mindset before anything. Mindset is the most important part in the sport. If you don't have a solid rock mindset, you can't get anywhere. And this is how I look at it. If you have a solid rock mindset that is very unbreakable and unshakable, there's no one that can stop you, Sam. Once you have that mindset and you work on your technique and you build yourself to be an absolute animal of a thing, you will just go to places, and God will favor you, and you'll just be vicious and go to a lot of deep places. So before thinking about getting into a sport like this, where it requires a lot of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice, fix your mindset. The mindset is the most important thing, and not a lot of fighters have this thing. But mindset is the most important thing that you need as a fighter.
Jordan, it's this podcast has been a long time coming. I always wanted to do this. And as long as we're talking about the UFC, you are on the right path with Cage Rage. Now they have given you an international opponent, which is what you needed. If you kept fighting Sri Lankans, maybe that process of getting somewhere could have been slower. Yes. Now you have a foreign fighter and you have a fantastic opportunity. I hope you get the job done for Sri Lanka. And I hope Ammar stays ready and we're going to see a good fight.
I hope you do. I hope you stay in, son. You'll need it, bro. After that whole damn paragraph you just showed to my guy, bro. I'll start whipping you with the bill, bro. You need to, hey, watch out, bro. Watch out.
Guys, check out Jordon De Silva, the bad guy. He will be fighting at the Royal MAS Arena come 21st of December. Again, we will see a fantastic performance.
One love, one nation. Respect.
Thanks, man.
My guy.